Walk it out. Now, hold on. I want you to talk us through it.
So, boom. I'm running you. You running behind me. Boom. I hit this little cut for real. Boom.
Hold on. All right. So hit the cut.
Boom. Mind you, it's a little split right here. Here. So I just try to slide it over.
Go ahead. Don't do that again. Now stop it. What you did? No. Pull it out real slow. Now stop right there. Stop right there. So from my perspective, right? And hold on. Don't say nothing. Listen to me real quick. No, leave it right here. I want you to leave it right here. I want everybody to see what I see. Right? Now from an officer, now look how you were looking back. You looking back at me. You looking back at me, and you got a gun like that. And my camera is going to see what I see. So what my camera see? I want somebody to tell me what my camera see. What y'all see right here? I can't hear you. Okay, say it one time loud. She said like you about to shoot. And so what you make, your intentions may have been different, but perspective is reality.
This video is bittersweet. It's bittersweet because I used to say to myself all the time, man, why don't they ever teach us life lessons in school? Why is it that I'm learning about history, but I never learn how to deal with my future? They're showing us how to calculate, but I don't know how to calculate the problems in my life. You know, they're showing us sex education, but they're not showing us how to deal with love and lust. 9 times out of 10, these kids will not need to know all 50 states for them to be gainfully employed. 9 times out of 10, they will not need to know every single president in this country for them to be gainfully employed. But you better believe they're 100% going to need to know how to deal with the police officer. They're going to know how to deal with the girlfriend. They're going to need to know how to deal with violence. My entire environment is street oriented, but they don't teach you how to be street smart. You know, it's like they setting the kids up for failure. The bitterness comes in because it's necessary. This video is necessary. That's what makes it so bitter, because one of these kids may end up in a position to where they're running from the police and they want to throw their phone away, or they want to make a quick, sudden movement. And that's what's going to be their demise. That's going to be the end of them. But on another note, you got to look at the positive aspect of this, because this is what community policing looks like. Someone from the community speaks the tone of the community, coming back to the community and showing them, hey, I'm not a bad guy. This is what I see, and this is why we do what we do. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll be the first one to tell you, there's a lot of overzealous officers. There's a lot of trigger-happy police officers, and you need to learn those lessons as well. Only time I ever learned how to deal with the police was from like TV shows, like it was actually Fresh Prince, that episode where Will Smith got pulled over and Carlton was in the car and it was a racial issue. I never learned none of this in school, but yet we all gonna get pulled over by a police officer, and we don't know what's gonna be behind that police officer's mentality. You know, we learn everything, all the math in the world, but we don't learn about credit scores. We don't learn how to balance a checkbook. We don't learn these things that every single one of us will have to deal with. We will have to solve these problems when they come. Yet we in school from kindergarten to 12th grade at a minimum. At a minimum, you're spending from 4 years old up until you're 18, 19, and then some. You're going to go to college and pay tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars not to receive one life lesson. And then when you actually get the job, you don't even really rely on the things that you used in school. It's all about on-the-job training. So I see this video and I commend this police officer. I'm like, wow, this is what we need. This is real community policing. He's coming back to the community. He speaks the tone of the community, and he's showing the community, hey, listen, man, I'm just like you. I'm just a cop, and this is what I see. And this is why we do what we do, you know? But when you know better, you'll do better. We need to teach these kids how to deal in relationships. We learn sex education, but we never learn about love. We don't learn about lust. I mean, why stop there? They teaching kids about, Pride Day and all this other stuff. Like, why not teach them about love? Why not teach them about, listen, some girls are just straight up whores. Some dudes are just straight up scumbags. This is what a scumbag might look like. That lesson they allow us to see. Here's the thing. When you fail a test in school, you get a bad grade. But when you fail a life lesson, you can lose your life. So these kids right now got an upper hand. These kids are probably some of the smartest kids in that entire district, just from this video alone, because our environment doesn't allow us to see the other side, especially with the political rhetoric that floats around the situation. Like I said, don't get me twisted. There's a lot of overzealous, trigger-happy police officers that are just looking for any reason for them to move on you. But then again, there's a lack of accountability within the culture. And when you know better, you're accountable. When you don't know, they still hold you accountable. At one issue, you get to choose what's going on. If you know better, you get to choose to do better. But if you don't know any better, you're just going to fall in the trap that all these other young brothers fall into. I mean, you're already showing us peen pics with bumps on them. You might as well show us how to love a woman, or, for the other side, how to love a man, or, vice versa, whatever camp you fall in. Actually, that brings me to the other point. You're letting us know about the different communities out there. Why stop there? Why stop there? It's like, it's almost like you reach, but then you go over the thing that's right in front of you just to get the thing that's behind you. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I want to deal with the life problems that's right in front of my face right now. You're teaching me about the end results of what could happen if I'm not using protection, but you're not teaching me about how to not be in that position in the first place. You know what I mean? A lot of these kids, their refuge is in school. They might have an abusive parent. They might be in a neighborhood where everybody wants to jump them. I just saw a video of a kid in New Jersey who was getting jumped by a bunch of people in his neighborhood. So he ran to another group in his neighborhood asking for them to get the gun and go deal with that problem. Why isn't that lesson taught in school as to what he should do with that conflict and how that's not really the right way to resolve that conflict? I just saw another video of baby books teaching about the LGBT community.
We're gay, but we're in Barnes & Nobles, and there's a kids book section, a gay kids book section, and this shit is crazy. Look at this. Okay, there's the gay BCs, right? Bye-bye binary. Bye-bye binary with a mohawk on a baby. Gay BCs, you're not ready. Hold us. Okay. What? A is for arrow and ace. B is for bi. This is crazy. We're gay, but this is crazy. What? For a baby?
It's like, if you're gonna go there, why not go there? You know what I mean? Why not show us the things? Because it's not like you're worried about, oh, this might be too sensitive for the kids. This might be too much for them, because look at what you just watched. If that's okay, then we need to teach the street kids how to not be street, or how to be street smart. You know what I mean? It's like things are just backwards, It's like they setting us up for failure, and this cop is trying to set them up for success in a very weird way. That is what he's doing. Anyways, man, let me know what you think about this.